Hello, today we are talking about the fundamental of nursing. Now we are introducing the nursing. Here, introduction of nursing. A person who is qualified in the art and science of nursing and meets certain prescribed standard of education and clinical competence in registered with the respective council of the country. The person so registered is entitled legally to use the title of nurse. The second one is that to provide services that are essential to help in the promotion, maintenance, and restoration of health and well being. Here, the continuation. Nursing is an art, and if it is to be made an art, it requires an exclusive as a devotion, as hard a preparation as any art painter's or a sculptor's work. For what is the having to do with dead canvas or cold marble, compared with having to with the living body, the temple of God's Spirit? It is one of the fine art. I had almost said the finest of fine art, according to the Florence Nightingale. Here, learning objectives. On the completion of this chapter, the learner who is able to do the following: describe the evolution of nursing, definition of nursing, enumerate the various definition of nursing, develop knowledge about the development of nursing services and nursing education. First, we are discuss about the definition of nursing. First one, nursing is in effect helping the person to keep well or regain his health if he is ill. Second one, providing an environment that allow nature to act on behalf of the client. Third, nursing is an art, and if it is to be made an art, it requires as exclusive as a devotion, as a hard preparation, as any painter's or sculpture work. For what is the having to do with dead canvas and the cold marble, compared with having to do with the living body, the temple of God's Spirit? It is one of the art. I had almost said the finest of the fine art. Fourth, nursing is a unique function of nurse that is assist to individual, sick or well, in the performance of those activities contributing to health or its recovery, or to peaceful death, that he would perform unaided if he had the necessary strength, will, or knowledge. Nursing is a process in which the nurse is temporarily the consciousness of the unconscious, the love of life for the suicidals, the leg of the amputee, the eyes for the nearly blind, a means of locomotion for the infant, knowledge and confidence to the young mother, and mouthpiece for those too weak and withdraw to speak. In short, she should enter into the skin of her patient. According to the American Nurse Association, nursing is the protection, promotion, and optimization of health and abilities, prevention of illness and injury, alleviation of suffering through the diagnosis and treatment of human response and the advocacy in the care of individuals, family, communities, and the populations. Evolution of nursing. First, nursing has been called the oldest of the art and the youngest of the profession. Nursing has been involved in the existing culture, shaped by it, and yet helping to develop it. Evolution of nursing. Nursing has been called the oldest of the art and the youngest of the profession. Nursing has been involved in the existing culture shaped by it and yet helping to develop it. The history of nursing has been that the frustration, ignorance, and the misunderstanding. It is a great epic involving trails and occupational group whose status has always been affected but the prevalent standard of humanity. The history of nursing is described as an episode in the history of women. In fact, one historian described the nurse is a mirror in which are reflected the position of women through the ages. Nurse and nursing currently have of many meanings, a condition that causes varying interpretation of the appropriate work and function of the nurses. The meaning of the word has progressed from a term indicating the basic unlearned human activity, suckling an infant, to one of a highly learned, sophisticated nature. Continuation. Nursing has its origin in the mother caring for the helpless infant and must have coexisted with this type of care from earliest time. The word nurse also has its root in Latin in the noun nutrix, which means nursing mother. The Latin word were the basis for the French nourrice, which means a wet nurse. The original meaning of the English word was the same, wet nurse. Development of nursing education in India. The first school of trained women as nurse was started in 1871 at the Government General Hospital, Chennai. Gradually, training institutes started in the hospital. By the beginning of 19th century, a number of hospital-based training schools were established in many states. In 1908, the Trained Nurse Association of India, a nurses' professional organization, was formed. The first Nurse Registration Act was passed in modern India in 1926, followed by Punjab Nurse Registration Act in 1932 and Bombay Nursing Council in 1935. By the 1939 nursing councils were established in almost all the states. The nursing syllabus was prescribed by INC in 1951. The course has undergone many revisions, the first of the which was in 1963. The second revision was in 1982. Development of nursing education in India. The various nursing training programs which were started, training of dyes and health visitors, auxiliary nurse midwife program, diploma in nursing and midwifery, universal level program, basic BSc nursing, post basic BSc nursing, MSc nursing, MPhil in nursing, PhD program, in service education program, staff development program, continuing education program. Principle applied in nursing procedure. Nursing principle. 1. Safety. It means prevention of mechanical, thermal, chemical, and bacterial injuries to the client and the workers and protection from all nonsense. Therapeutic effectiveness. It is to achieve the process purposes for which a procedure is done. comfort, to provide comfort, to give satisfaction to the client and the worker. Use of resources, it implies the right use and the economic of time, energy, and material. Good workmanship, it is the art of doing. Individuality, it is the consider the needs and problems of a particular client when a procedure is done. Scientific principles, it is the application of medical, biological, physical, and social science, anatomy and physiology, pharmacology, psychology, microbiology, physics, sociology, nutrition, chemistry. Nursing is an art, science, and vocation. Nursing is a call, vocation to service. Service to the mankind is the primary function of the nurse and the reason for the existence of nursing profession. Accordingly, the nurse involves the following areas: helping a client to carry out the therapeutic plan initiated by the doctor, providing physical care and emotional support for the sick and disabled, helping and receiving help from other members of health team to plan and carry out a total program of care for the individual, family, and society, observing the evaluation the client response to his illness and his care, participating in research related to healthcare, provide basic nursing care. Core of nursing: promotion of health, prevention of illness, restoration of health, alleviation of suffering. Essential of nursing, extent of nursing scope, the nurse of nursing, the individual, the art of nursing, the family, the spirit of nursing, the society. Thanks note. You are welcome. If you have any further questions or need any assistance, feel free to ask.